Well, hello the internet, it's Ghost here, and welcome to episode 86. We're building a bench today. Yes, the most simple thing. We're going to build a bench, and then we're going to try and build a custom tree. Why? Because I keep going on about my inability to do custom trees, and the only way to actually get around that is to practice, which is something I generally avoid doing. So we're going to change that today. Sure, it's only going to be one tree, but we're going to do a tree, and hope for the best. So one of the first things I'm doing, unless the bench has already been built, the bench is built out of spruce wood, is putting in the paving, that's the word. I'm putting in a proper path now, because I'm trying to connect up most of the outside area so I can kind of see what spaces do I have left that I want to put builds in, or do I want to put in loads and loads of, whatchamacallit? Plants, lots of plants, to just try and fill out little areas. So yeah, trying to weave it up through this area here by the stone arch and over the hill, and then back down to where everything else is going to go, because at some point we're going to move back into the snow biome, which I'm very excited about, even though I really want to build another aquarium. Okay, let's put huge projects on hold. We're getting better at building houses. I want to try doing it in the snow biome and just do it with like a singular block palette maybe, just to see how that goes. At some point I have to fully connect everything up by rail again. I haven't done that yet. That's something that's known as a future me problem, and then I will eventually sort it out. I mean, it's also not essential right now because I am the only person who plays in this world. If I loaded it onto a server for, like, friends to play or something, not that I really have any friends that I'd play with, I have no friends, I would probably be trying to put, the rails in properly so you can get around the world better, because that's something that, I kind of forget about when I'm playing in creative and I'm just flying around constantly. So yeah, and then... Right, path was built. Yay, got rid of all the path stuff. And then I grabbed plants. We go with a combination of starting off with just like the green things. I think I had some flowers in towards the end. Just trying to use a combination of bushes, ferns, grass, some firefly bushes as well to try and add some more dimension to an area. And then also seeing how it looks at night, because that's kind of what I intended this build for. It's practical during the day, but really it's there to, say, watch the moon or the sunrise. I think that's the side things rise, if not where it sets, and then grab some berry bushes, because once those grow, that will not only have a different green, it will also have a pop of red, which I like to throw those in just to try and do almost like a balancing act of lots of green and then colour, and then scrolling to try and pick some other blocks because I had no idea what to do, and then decided it's time to build a tree. So we are we're putting some azaleas in first, and I'm going to look at it and be like, yeah, that's nice, except that's not the composition that I want. Put in just a few as the regular bush versions of the azaleas, not bothering to grow those. Adding in more grass via bone meal to try and get it looking more just natural, and blending everything out, because there's lots of areas that need to be blended together now that I haven't done yet. Again, that's something we call a future me problem, because that's something I can turn into a video once enough of it accumulates. So I'm first starting by using some stripped spruce wood and spruce stairs in order to build the trunk, and just building it to a random height, and then going back and forth to try and make sure that it actually looks half decent. I then go in and add the branches at slabs. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but it's the way that I did it, and I hoped for the best. And then eventually when I get that done, I just kind of start clumping leaves onto it. And here's the thing, I'm not 100% happy. I think the problem is I need to build bigger trees to get the trees to look better. But that's not something that's going to happen here, because I've already built it and we can learn from it. It's definitely better than the last time I tried to build a big custom tree. That one just looks a bit weird. But I don't really know what to do to fix it, because if I change things around about it, it ruins the point of it and the composition. So I might just have to go back and play around with that tree. I picked azalea leaves. I like the really vibrant green of them, and then also I can add some flowered versions into it, and then that just adds, again, more little bits of colour that don't overwhelm the green, but just try and blend it all in nicely. So yeah, here we are, lumping leaves onto literally everything, because what else would you do? My logic originally was to put more leaves than necessary and then carve it all away. That's not really what ended up happening, because I started to be like, oh, I kind of see the tree that I want here. Let's do X, Y, and Z and hope for better. I think I should have had one bit that went kind of quite a bit higher up than the rest, and then built kind of 2 lower branch bits coming off, because I ended up just kind of trying to do these little tendrils coming down to make up for the height being a bit weird on each of the trees, and just generally trying to have it look half decent. Tried to expose bits of the trunk to make it look a little better. Couldn't 100% make my mind up on it. But yeah, I think by the end of it, it looked alright. I mean, there's definitely better I could have done, but I stared at it for a while. I love that you can just see the ghasts in the background. I love the happy ghasts, and I'm so glad I've just kind of put them in the world, except for I was working on something that you're going to see in a couple of weeks, and I was trying to find these 2 sections to connect them up. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just listen to the audio, because I know that there's, like, horses up there, so I can listen for the horse sounds. No, all you could hear was the happy ghasts, which was moderately annoying, but hey-ho, it got there eventually. I stared at this tree for such a long time. I must have gone and done something in the middle of this as well, because there was no point staring at it at night. Now, I think this area could arguably use some more firefly bushes. I love the firefly bushes. I think they look brilliant. I know some people find them annoying. I do wish that during the day you wouldn't always see the fireflies in them, and then that was only at night. But, I mean, we can't exactly be picky. But yeah, I don't remember if we talked about the spring drop. This year's spring drop. I'm kind of looking forward to having the smaller animals. Oh my god, I've had the chickens escape again. So I'd done the boat tactic to catch them. I don't know what's going on. It must be something to do with the fence that I've done. But I don't understand, because I've put barrier blocks around the whole thing. So unless they're getting out the gate and then going up around the back, I was working on that sort of copper golemy area. And then I flew out, saw an egg on the floor, looked up, and there were these, like, 3 chickens. And I was like, how? How have you escaped? I thought we chicken-proofed this. So I kind of accepted I'm just going to be on chicken patrol regularly. And there's nothing really that can be done now. So that's exciting. Lots and lots of chicken patrol for me. Yeah, I kept kind of flying back and forth trying to tweak around the way this looked, because I wasn't always happy with how some of the bits are coming together in the world. Like, I'll look at it from one angle and it'll look nice, and then I'll look at it from another and I'll be like, well, there's now a giant gap, but if I go in and I fill that gap, it then looks weird from the other, and I just can't kind of like get my head around it. Oh yeah, so this I don't think stays for particularly long, and if I recall correctly, at like 10 o'clock at night I watched a Mumbo Jumbo Hermitcraft episode, and then the following day woke up, played Minecraft, and went, oh, I remember that cliff face that he did. Let's go build one of those in, because that sounds like fun. So yeah, I then swam around, looked around, and effectively decided, that's it, I'm fed up of this. Can't see anything else that's worth doing right now. And then went out and looked at the snow to try and work out where I might build out here, because that might determine how far across I go, because I want it to be like almost like it's a winter trading route. It's not super easy to get to. But yeah, we'll find out what I do with that eventually. So, goodbye the internet.